Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to have a channeled session, the first channeled session here on this YouTube channel. So I reached out to you on Instagram and I asked you to come with suggestions about themes or questions, anything that you are curious about connected to what I do and my channel, and something that we can ask the Greek goddesses about. And I got many questions, and I'm going to start with one of them because that is quite a big theme actually, and I loved the question because it's very connected to me and you as women and the work that I do. So let's get into it. So the question that I got was, or it wasn't a question, it was more of a theme. A friend of mine saying, I want to know more about the magic of the womb. And I was like, this is a great theme to talk about, to channel about, to let the divine feminine Greek goddesses tell you more about. Go into more of the depth of the magic of the womb, help you connect deeper with your womb space. And I guess we're gonna know a little bit more about why the womb space is very powerful, and also how you can connect with it. My friend also wanted me to channel about how we can work with the womb space to create that magic and experience more magic in our lives. So I'm not going to go control this session at all. I'm going to let it flow, see what the goddess wants to communicate, tell you about, share. As always, when I go into a channel session, I don't know where we will end up. I don't know what will be shared. I can know a little bit about that, but not much. So as per usual in my sessions, I just let the Greek goddesses take control and bring us where we need to be. So I want to start this session off by connecting to the Greek goddesses and calling them in. And for that, I also want to invite you to connect to your body, find stillness, and prepare for this session. So don't do this if you're driving and listening to this, but if you're outside walking, that's completely fine. If you're doing something, perhaps just stop for a few minutes so you can tune into your own body and connect to your body, to your womb space before we start this session. And this will only take a few minutes, and then I will call in the Greek goddesses and we'll take it from there. The reason why I want you to connect here with me, with your womb space, with your body, is that is the first step you take to feel, sense your inner truth. And that is something that comes when we are connected to our hearts and to our womb space. This is the ultimate truth, the truth of your soul. And when you're starting to listening with your body and not your mind, you can hear what resonates, or you can feel, more likely, how things resonate. And you can feel the truth coming. You can feel it in energy or vibration. It can be sensations of tinglings or goosebumps or just rushes of energy going through your body. It can also be like a knowing within your mind that, of course, this is how it is. This is the way it was supposed to be. That is the feeling, the sensation that you are kind of looking for when you're starting to feel and listen with your body instead of your logical mind. Because many of these things are not supposed to be logic. You know, the body, the feeling, the womb space, the heart, that is the realm of the feminine. The feminine energy is connected to the heart space. It's connected to the body. It's connected to the being. It's being here now. Whilst the masculine energy is connected to the head, to mentality, to logic, to strategy, and to the physical realm, while the feminine energy is connected to energy and the realm that we can't see. And when women are connected to themselves, to their feminine energy, their feminine essence, and the feminine energy and the feminine essence is deeply connected to the womb space, we start to feel and sense what we can't see. And by that I mean the realm of energy, the realm of channeling, the realm of being in communion with spirit, with your soul, with your higher self, with your body. So let us start. So I want to invite you, if you have the opportunity to sit down, to find a comfortable position, preferably sitting down, because we're not gonna stay here for long. We're not gonna go into deep meditation or anything, so you don't need to lie down. Or you can just find some stillness. If you're outside walking or doing things in your home, whatever, just stop for a few minutes, close your eyes, and start to breathe. And let yourself breathe fully. Deep inhales all the way down into your belly, and deep exhales. And it might feel very good to sigh that exhale out. Almost like you are gathering tensions or stress or worries when you are inhaling. Find where these are placed within your body and exhale them out with a sigh or with some sound that feels very nice and very good. And continue to breathe deeply. Breathe all the way into your belly. Imagine sending that air down past your lungs, into your belly, all the way down to your womb space. And exhale it out, send the air out again. And sense how your body is relaxing more and more for every exhale that you are taking. Sense your shoulders lowering. Sense how you can relax in your legs, your thighs, your hands and arms. Take a new inhale, and with the next exhale, sense how the muscles in your face are being smoothed out. Relaxing. And let your breath just go organically in and out without forcing anything. But sense how your body is getting a little bit heavier towards the surface of where you are sitting or standing on the next exhale. And start to sense how your focus might be within your head. So with your intention, move your focus into your head space. And imagine how this focus is like honey, like a lump of honey, golden, vibrant, nourishing, and alive. And with your imagination or your intention, let that honey start to drip down your throat. Move your focus with that honey down into your heart space. And let your heart space fill up with honey, with sweetness, with life. And if it's easier for you to connect to your heart, you can also put a hand over your heart space. You can let it be where it is, on your lap or beside your body. Continue to let that honey fill up your whole chest and your breasts. And when it's full, let the honey drip further down along your spine, into your pelvis, and into your womb space. Let your pelvis be filled with honey, vibrant, alive. Perhaps you want to smile a little bit with this sensation filling up your body, letting your focus fully drop into your womb space. Letting your womb space fill up fully with this abundant, nourishing liquid of life. And perhaps this is the first time you have connected that deeply with your womb space. If you feel any emotions coming up, rising, just let them come. If you feel like crying, just shed those tears. It's a sign of relief and of connection with something that you have been disconnected from for a very, very long time. Perhaps you feel joy of this abundant space within your female body. And perhaps there's some other emotions coming up. And don't judge anything that is coming. It is your body reflecting back to you, showing you what you haven't seen or what have been suppressed and what needs to be seen. Just let it be there. Just accept what is there. Without any judgment. And you can stay here in this energy and in this space for as long as you like. You can press pause on this video and go back to this sensation. Or we can move on and invite in the Greek goddesses for today's transmission and channeling. And as across time and space, I call upon the divine feminine Greek goddesses who are serving the light only and are loving us unconditionally only to be here with us now for guidance and assistance. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. And I'm just going to connect with them. Yes, hello, dearest ones. We are so happy and pleased to be here today and share the topic of the womb with you. There is a lot to share about this topic because there is a lot of teachings that have been forgotten, a lot of magic that have been suppressed in connection to the womb space, to women. So, we want to dive into this now. I'm just gonna ask them to step aside a little bit. They're like, we want to introduce ourselves, they say, because it's like this is the first time that they're here being channeled on this platform on YouTube. So they're like, we want to introduce ourselves, we want to say our names, we want to say who we are. Okay, goddesses. So we are the divine feminine Greek goddesses that many of you know as Athena, Hera, Aphrodite, Hekate and Persephone. We do also have the presence of Sophia here because we are now going to speak about the divine feminine and the divine feminine embodiment of the woman. So let's get into this. They're very great. It's almost like they are showing me that they're kind of standing within a group and they're like, you know, schoolgirls when they are excited about something. They're like, we're here and we're going to talk about this and we're so excited and like, finally, this is our moment. Okay, you're very sweet. And they're laughing. I can hear them. Okay. So, where do you want to begin, goddesses? So we want to start with the history of the woman and we want to set some things right because there is many women and many people out there that don't understand what it actually is to be a woman and what this power center can do. And with this power center, we are meaning the womb space, because the womb space is something that have been suppressed for thousands of years. And it has been suppressed because this power center, this portal is deeply, deeply connected to truth. And if women were to stand within their truth, their sovereignty, the knowing of how things are, the knowing of justice, the knowing of unconditional love and respect, there wouldn't be wars in this world. What happened was that this oppression of the woman and of the womb space was made because of the elites wanted control. Men wanted control. The balance between the feminine and masculine energies in the world at some point started to shift, where the wounded masculine energy started to step forward. And when this started to step forward, what we saw in the world that changed was that harmony, peace, and love were not the center of societies anymore. What became the center was greed, it was power over other people. And this is something that we want to underline, power and control over other people. Because when you have power and control over other people, you can make them serve you by fear and not love. And that is also where disrespect really started to flourish and happen, where human beings stopped having respect for each other. Because when we have respect for someone, we also have love for someone. These are deeply connected. What happened were that this disrespect happened due to control and love disappear. Well, we want to also emphasize that there have always been love in this world, but not in the biggest structures of society. And a part and a way of making this happen were to disconnect women from their womb space, their power center, the center of truth, and from their heart space, and connecting both men and women, and both disconnecting both men and women from their hearts, because within the heart lives love and joy, and in the womb space lives truth. So when we go back in what you call history here on earth, we see that the suppression, oppression of women started. And when this started, women disconnected from their bodies, and the control over the woman and the womb space started. How can you continue on with distortions? It is by disconnecting people from their truth. So what we see is that the temples of the priestesses fell, the goddess culture fell, and the slavery of women started in many different ways. The ownership of women started, the ownership over a woman's body, the ownership of a woman's womb. And we also see that the woman's body was mainly used to produce new human beings. So before that, the woman's body was the so-called center of the society, because she was the one that gave life. And from ancient times, where they didn't have the understanding of where humans came from, they just knew that new souls entered life through the female body, the woman's body, the womb space. And when women felt this life, the child, the soul, the energy within her womb space, she was deeply connected to the whole universe. That is how they understood that also pre-childbirth and after, the womb space was the doorway to dimensions that we couldn't see, meaning that it was the doorway to the souls entering the world. That is why we have the term man and womb man. You are a womb man, a human being with a womb space, this power center where the feminine energy has its seat. It's the essence of the woman. And when you are connecting to your womb space and to your heart space, and these two power centers are connected, you're deeply connected to your own soul, to your own sovereignty, and to the divine. Because this is a channel that is connecting you to the realm of the unseen, to energy. And they are laughing. And what we also want to emphasize here for the Norwegians that are listening is the term of womb in Norwegian, livmor, and directly translated, it is life mother. The space is the center of life. The womb space is the center of life. It is also the space of where a woman transitions from maiden to mother when she becomes a mom for the first time. It is creation. It is pure life force within the center of the woman's body. It is the portal of new souls, but it is also the portal of creation, creating anything, creating projects, creating art, creating a new life, and not in the way of creating a new human being, but creating a new life for yourself. This is all happening from the womb space, and this is the magic of the womb space. This is how you are deeply connected to the quantum field, other dimensions, yourself. And this is where your sexual energy, meaning the life force energy within you, are stored and where it comes from. So, should we go more into the power of the womb space and the magic of the womb space? Or do you want to say anything else, goddesses? yes, we want to talk a little bit more about the distortion that was made, because we think it is important for you to be aware of how it was intended to be and how we came where we are now in the evolution of the woman. So we tapped a little bit into how distortions made women disconnect from themselves, and how men started to take control over the female body and the womb space, and controlling their power, holding that power so it wouldn't be released. And what we see through history is a lot of these distortive patterns happening. You might have heard about the witch hunts, and before that it was the fall of the temples and the priestesses. And the witch hunts were women connected to themselves, connected to the earth, which is also the feminine, to the mother, to the cosmos, to spirit, to their intuition, to their beauty, to their truth. And they were prosecuted and killed for it. That is the witch hunts. So we want that to land within your body. Every woman that spoke her truth, that were connected to her body, to her womb space, to wisdom, were persecuted and killed in many instances, and still are today. The witch hunts did not stop. They are very present today in the world as well. Because there is still a desire of owning a woman's body. Also because the life force energy that she has stored within her and within her womb is hard to access for men. So what do? They take it from women because they don't know how to access their own life force energy. And we see this being reflected all over the earth. It's not just the rape of women and women's body. It's the rape of Mother Earth, the very reflection of the woman, her cycles, her fertility, and how she is able to create life. You want this to land within your body as well, the knowing of what is happening still in the world. Because for every woman who knows, she is able to take back her body, take back her power, take back her womb space, take back her voice, take back her magic, and take back her divine feminine essence. Let's go deeper into the womb and the magic of the womb. Every human being that is born with a womb is a woman. She has this energetic space as well as the organ. And do not confuse these two. Even though you, for some reason at all, needed to remove your womb, you did not remove your womb space. This is an energetic space that will always be there. And this is the space that is connecting you to the divine. So a way for you to connect to your womb space is, for an example, the way that you connected to your womb space in the very beginning of this session. To move your focus into your womb space. That is the first step to start to connect to your womb space and to yourself. Land within your womb space. Know that it is there. Because what history taught women was that it is dangerous to be in contact with your womb space. If you are in contact with your womb space, you may die, or you may be persecuted or ostracized. What history also learned women was that being in contact with your womb space, your life force energy, your sexual energy, your sexuality, pleasure, was shameful. What history also taught women was that connecting to your menstrual blood is shameful, is dirty, should be hid and not spoken of. That is also a way where you are suppressing your womb space and the voice of your womb, the wisdom of your womb. So the next thing that you can do to start to connect to your womb space is to connect to your blood. Your blood is highly intelligent. It holds the codes for what your body needs, for what your soul needs, and what you need emotionally as a woman. Because women and men are quite different. Yes, men do also have emotions, but women are deeply, deeply connected to the emotions that they carry and they shed every month through their cycle. And what happens if you don't shed it with your blood? You keep it. You keep the emotions that you do not need any longer. They're stuck within your body. And what also happens is that you don't shed the energies of others. Because as women, you are sensitive, and many of you are highly sensitive, and this is the power of the woman. This is how you connect to the spirit realm, to the unseen. It's by sensing energy, and you have to be sensitive to do that. You have to feel with your whole body. And this knowing, this wisdom, lands within your womb space. We want this to land within your body as well. So what a lot of women feel now is that using contraceptives, using anything that stops their bleed is not right any longer. Because the frequency of the earth is rising and the feminine frequency is rising, and women feel this. They feel that they need to connect to their womb space again, even though that they might not know it with their rational mind. But their womb space is waking up. The feminine essence within them are waking up. And to be deeply connected to the divine feminine essence, women need to be connected to their womb space, to their bleed. What is also important to know is that every sexual partner you have, that you let enter your body, also leaves their imprints, their trauma, their woundings within your womb space. Because your womb space is almost like a chalice that is gathering up these energies. So what is important for you as a woman as well is by intention, a few times every month or right after you have had a new sexual partner, is to think and feel that you are shedding energy from your womb space down your vaginal canal and out of your pussy. Because that is not your energy. A lot of women are struggling with anxiety and heaviness that is not theirs, but their sexual partners. This is a way of clearing the womb space, so you can listen to your own voice and the wisdom of your womb. If there is too much filled up in this chalice, it's hard to listen. It is chaos. When you start to energetically align by shedding these emotions every month and doing the energetic clearing of your womb space, you start to listen to your own wisdom, what many of you might call intuition. And many of you will, by doing this, turn up your psychic abilities. And yes, your psychic abilities is deeply connected to your third eye. But without the womb space, the channel of where this energy is landing, it cannot be translated in your third eye. So this is also why it is important to be connected to your cycle, to your bleed, and do these energetic clearings of your womb space now and then. Knowing that you are not just a physical being, you're also an energetic and emotional being. And this is the imprint of the woman. So we want to emphasize again that the womb space is the seat of divine feminine essence. And the divine feminine essence is a woman that is deeply connected to her body, to her womb space, to her heart, to her voice, and also can rest and be safe in her feminine energy. When these are in balance, you are embodying your divine feminine essence. This is the woman that is connected to the divine and is deeply connected to her own truth, to her divinity, to her sovereignty. She finds it easier to set boundaries. She feels confident, and she is not afraid of her sensuality, pleasure, and sexuality. She knows that that is a way that women manifests and creates from. And what do we mean by that? Yes, there is also this pattern through history of the shaming of the sexuality and sensuality and pleasure of women, that is something that we're not to be allowed. And if you find sex pleasurable, you were a whore. That is the latest interpretation of history that you might know of. That being shamed for your sexuality and your pleasure. Whilst in ancient times we knew that pleasure and sexuality, sensuality, is a deeply divine act. It's an act of self-love. It's an act of life, creating life. It's an act of creation. And it's a deep act of connecting with yourself and with the partner that you have. Pleasure within itself help you jump timelines. And the deeper you connect to your own pleasure, the easier it is for you to jump timelines. That is where your life force energy is flowing freely and abundantly through you as a human being. And as you know, life force energy is nothing that you can touch. It's not physical. It's energy. It is what is connecting the physical human being to the realm of energy, to the realm of creation. Let's see, is there anything else you want to share, goddesses? We can go very deep into this theme of the womb space and the magic of the womb. And we know that we will visit this theme many times through this channel. But we do encourage you, dearest woman, to connect to your womb space, to connect to your blood, to connect to your life force energy again, to reclaim your womb space as yours. And to listen to your womb space. This is where, again, your inner wisdom will rise from. This is where you feel truth most clearly. When you are deeply connected to your womb space, you do not question, you know. You know what is right for you. You know truth. You know love. You know respect. You know justice. Not out of revenge, but out of love. And you are being guided from the realm of spirit. The more that you connect to your womb space, the more you will hear your guides, spirit, speak through you, guide you. This was also a very important role of women in ancient times. This was the role of the priestesses. They were deeply connected to their womb, and they listened with it, and they channeled wisdom and guidance through their bodies, through their womb space. This is also why all of the priestesses were obliterated. So they wouldn't channel this truth. So they would lose the power of the feminine. So men could rule from their minds and greed. So connect to your womb space again. And watch magic happen within your life. Magic is the term of something happening that you didn't think was possible. It's very much connected to a miracle. And miracles are created when you are connected to your womb space, because that is how you're connecting to the divine, to the quantum field, to the realm of all possibilities. And we are now in the age of light and miracles. And if you are here, dearest woman, it is for a reason. If you feel and have felt the truth of what we have been speaking about today, it is for a reason. It is because your body knows. Your womb space knows that you are carrying this power within you that have been sleeping for a long, long time. And that you are safe to step into this power again. And the more people, the more women that step into the power of their womb space and the wisdom of their womb, the more peace we will have. it will have a ripple effect. When you are stepping into your womb space, the magic of your womb, your sovereignty, you are changing your energetic frequency. And the men in your life will pick this up. And they will almost naturally flip into their divine masculine energy, of the healthy masculine. But that is a topic for another time. How the polarity of the feminine and masculine are speaking to each other. How when the feminine goes first, the masculine will follow. Because he gets inspired by her. So is there another way that women can use their womb space? We don't want to get too technical in this specific video, because we want this basic fundamental information to land first, the vibration of these words. Because when you are listening to these words, there are codes, there are vibrations that are speaking to the cells of your body and activating the knowing that is ready within you to be activated now. And if you are a woman that are past your bleed, you can still connect to your womb space. It is very much alive. What you have been taught that women expire after their bleeding days is a lie. This is where the power of the crone, the wise woman, steps in. There is nothing more powerful than your mother or grandmother that just knows things. Because she has been deeply connected to her womb space, to the life force energy and the creation of life of the womb. And if you're a girl that haven't reached your bleed yet, know that you are stepping into a new realm when you do. And this is some of the biggest initiations within a woman's life. There is many. It is also the initiation of becoming a mother, and also the initiation of the wise woman when you stop bleeding. These are all rites of passage for women. And going through these transformations are important for a woman. This is also where she gathers wisdom, understanding about life and the seasons of life. And there is, girl, before you start to bleed, you're just meant to be a girl, a child. Your time will come when you're supposed to connect even deeper with your womb space and the mysteries that lie there. This is a threshold in your life that should be honored. Not because you can carry children, but because your womb is activated. You can live in harmony with your womb space and start channeling truth and wisdom and creations into this life, because who is creating the new earth is the children, is the teenagers, the young adults. They are the future. And when they start to listen to their own body, their own wisdom, the guidance from the divine, we also create a new earth. Thank you. This is what we want to share with you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you something. I hope it changed you a little bit by listening to the goddesses and the wisdom that they shared with you. I hope that from this point on, you want to reclaim more of your womb space and your body and your magic, and that you, from this video, step into your divine feminine essence. That is how we can create a new world together, when women start to connect to their hearts, to their womb space, to their body again. Thank you. I hope that we'll see you next time, and please comment how you felt this video was in the comments field below this video. I would highly appreciate it. And if you have any other questions, drop them there as well. Remember to subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.